Hi, Jacozy. I was hoping I could ask you a couple questions.
Why, you sure can.
So my first question is, why are art and nature important to you?
Well, art and nature are so intertwined for me. I think my relationship with art came later. My relationship with nature started pretty young. I grew up on a farm, and so was surrounded in natural environments from a really young age, and just found so much, I guess, refuge and in those places. And out of that came this desire to get really involved with environmental education and getting people outside more. And in the process of then kind of interfacing with those communities, I discovered music as a passion for myself, and writing became an outlet to express all of that for myself. And I even at a certain point decided to get brave and try some drawing and some painting and just explore all those pieces of myself. And so they've kind of mutually fueled each other since then for me.
How would you define yourself? Who are you, Jacozy?
Oh, the unknowable knows that we don't know and we know. I think that I'm a person that's been really influenced by place. I grew up in Oregon. I grew up with a big family of extended cousins and a grandmother who was really integral in my life. So I would say that I'm someone who's very people-centric. People really matter to me. Connecting with people really matters to me. Sharing, the deeper experiences that make a life is really what matters to me.
Hi, Batman. I'm curious if you could tell me a little about art and nature and why they're important to you.
Well, to me, art and nature are important because without them, everything would just be so gray and dull and boring. And it wouldn't be that fun. But with art and nature, it comes alive.
And what is one of your favorite art forms to interact with?
My favorite is photography.
Thank you. And then my second question would be, how do you define yourself, and how do you feel your identity has impacted your experience living in Oregon in the Northwest?
I define myself as someone who is looking to know all they can know and just see everything, because that is life, just seeing everything. And I feel that that's impacted me in Portland because I've seen quite a few things in Portland. Not all things that are that interesting. Some things are very odd, but I saw it.
Tell me something odd that you've seen while here in Portland.
Something odd. Well, I got stuck downtown with the Naked Bike Parade, which was very odd.
Hi, Kit Kat. I'd love to ask you a couple questions. Why are nature and art important to you?
Art, for one, is important to me because it is an avenue in which I can express myself, and no matter my mood, if I need to doodle or paint or draw, I can look to art to express myself, and I really like it. It's challenging. Sometimes my projects take longer than I'd like, but the end product is worth it. And nature is important to me because it's a place I can get lost in, and especially at camp, it's always fun to go exploring, feel like an adventurer, finding new things, and that's always great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kit Kat,
Yes.
how do you define yourself, and how do you feel your identity has impacted your experience living in Oregon?
I define myself as a magnificent Black woman, and I think this has caused some issues living in Oregon. People expect me to behave a certain way, and when I don't, they are surprised and or disappointed. I think it's easier for me because I've grown up on the same side of town since kindergarten, so most people know me, so it's not like I'm an outcast, I guess. I feel like I've found my niche, whatever you want to call it. Other people may not be so lucky as I am, but I've found many friends with different backgrounds. So yeah.
Thank you, Kit Kat. I appreciate your time today.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Hi, Miami. I'm so glad you could be here today at our showcase. I have a question for you. What do art and nature mean to you? Why are they important?
Art and nature are important because they remind me that I have a soul and that even in the worst of times, the world is okay.
Beautifully said. And my second question for you is, how do you define yourself, and how do you feel your identity has shaped your experiences here in Oregon in the Northwest?
I think I define myself as human with error and fault and also beauty. And I think my journey is just begun in the Northwest, and I'm still walking through it.
Hi, Ni Hao. I'm so glad
Hi.
you made it to our showcase today. So I'm asking people some questions. And my first question is, why are art and nature important to you?
I think that through art, we can convey the beauty of nature, if that's our thing. And it's definitely Caldera's thing. So I love that.
Would you say that's your thing?
It's, I think broadly, yes. I think that there's a nature within anything, but Caldera has a beautiful way of conveying nature through young people's perspective.
Thank you. And then my next question is, how do you define yourself, and how do you feel your identity has shaped your experience here in Oregon in the Northwest?
I feel like I started here like a little baby pine tree, and now I'm a huge, tall sequoia that has grown with the help of Caldera and, a lot of other great communities here in Portland. I'm like a tree.
I love you, Ni Hao.
I love you too, good sis.